Good morning, students. Yes, I have started with your 9th standard science and we have completed one biology chapter and started with your chemistry, that is matter in our surroundings. In this chapter we have discussed what is the meaning of matter, physical characteristics of the matter and the states of matter. So today what we are going to learn is, can matter change its state? Can we change the states of matter? Yes, students, which are the states of matter? The states of matter are solid, liquid and gas. Can you change means you want to change solid into liquid, liquid into gas. Same thing, gas into liquid, liquid into solid. Can we change the states of matter like this? Yes, students, we can change the states of matter. We can change by two things. One is with the help of temperature, means by changing temperature. Can I write it here? By changing temperature, and we can change the states of matter by changing pressure. We can change by changing the temperature and also by the pressure we can change the states of matter. If you want to change the states of matter from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, what happens? The temperature will be so on increasing. You have to increase the temperature. Okay. If you want to convert gas to liquid, liquid to solid, that time what you have to do? You have to decrease the temperature. You have to decrease the temperature. So like this we can change the states of matter. Now time being, first we will discuss with the temperature, then we will start with the pressure. Okay students? Yes. If you want to change first solid to liquid and liquid to gas. Now we understood that we have to increase the temperature. Solid. Take one best example as the ice. For liquid, you take the example of the water, and for the gases, you take the example of the steam. Okay, so you have taken the ice, solid. You want to make it into liquid. What it is called? Melting of the ice. Right? It should undergo melting. Students, melting process is also called as the fusion. Melting, it is also called as fusion. So by fusion you can convert solid to liquid. Okay. Now you took the water. Water you want to convert it into steam. What you have to take? You have to take the water, start boiling it. Start boiling it. So the particular process is called as vaporization. Vaporization. Can you understand? Yes. So, see, in this process, for melting also you have to provide the temperature. To convert liquid into steam also you have to provide the temperature. That is what we said. In this, there is an increase in the temperature. Coming to the reverse process. What is reverse? You have taken the steam. You want to convert it into water. Right? So, for that what you should do? You have to decrease the temperature. That is the process called as condensation. Gas to liquid called as condensation. You have to condense the steam so that you can convert it into liquid. Now you have taken the liquid, means water you do. You want to make it into ice, nothing but the solid state. What you should do? You have to freeze it is the freezing. You can call the freezing as solidification. Solidification. Right, students? So let me clarify you once again. Solid to liquid fusion, liquid to gas, that is vaporization. If you want to convert gas into liquid, that is condensation, and liquid to solid, that is called as solidification, or the process called as the freezing. Okay, now let us study step by step how to convert solid to liquid, liquid to gas. Yes, students, now let us study one by one. Let us study how to convert solid state into liquid state. The best example for the solid is the ice cubes, which you want to convert it into water form. As you know, students, this conversion process is called melting, or it is called as the fusion. Okay, so ice, how is the arrangement of particles in case of ice, students? Very close to each other. There is a high force of attraction, right? So ice, which is in minus 10 degree, 5 degree, like that the temperature is there. So that ice, you want to convert it into liquid form. This is the arrangement of particles in case of water. See the force of attraction in case of solid state. It is a very high force of attraction. They are very close to each other, right? So when you kept it to the normal temperature, means it was in the minus. For example, we will take it as minus 5 degrees Celsius. So when it will come to the 0 degrees Celsius, means you have raised the temperature. When you have increased the temperature, what happens? These particles having high force of attraction, they will start overcoming with that force of attraction. Means what happens? They will start vibrating and they will lose and their force of attraction, and they will come to this stage, and which is called as the liquid state or the water. Right? So what is the melting point of ice then? Melting point of ice is how much, students? At what temperature it has started melting? 0 degrees Celsius. The melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. So this degree Celsius you can tell in terms of Kelvin. So what you have to tell in terms of Kelvin? You have to add plus 273 to the degree Celsius. Right? Now it is in terms of 0 degrees Celsius. Add 273. Right? So when you add 273, because melting point of ice is 273.16 Kelvin, we will take it as 273. So it is 273 Kelvin. If you tell in terms of Kelvin, 273. If you tell in terms of degree Celsius, 0 degree Celsius. Hope you are understanding, students. So when the present in the atmosphere, but still it has stored some energy, right, to convert it into solid to liquid form. So that we are going to call it as latent heat of fusion. Already you know the meaning of fusion, conversion of solid to liquid. So latent means hidden energy. So for some time it is maintaining 0 degrees Celsius. So that is called as hidden energy is present in this. So that is called as latent heat of fusion. Right, students? What is latent heat of fusion? So how much energy is required? How much temperature it is going to store in this to convert 1 kg of solid into liquid? So that we are calling as the latent heat of fusion. Right? Hope you are understanding. I will give you this definitions and all. I will make one picture and tag it with the video. That time you can take down. Okay? Right. Yes, students. Now let us study the changing the state from liquid to gas. So you can take the water, can convert it into steam. So this conversion, nothing but it is called as the vaporization. You are going to take the water, right, and you are going to provide the temperature. Imagine this is the container. In this container you have taken the water, right? So they are not so close to each other like solids, but they are not so free like gaseous state. We have discussed in the states of matter. So like this the water is there, you are increasing, means you are providing the heat to the water. When you are increasing the temperature, now when you took the water it is at a good temperature. For example, might be 20-25 degrees Celsius. So when you are providing the temperature, what happens? It will rise in its temperature. It will reach 100 degrees Celsius. When it will reach 100 degrees Celsius, that time it will change its state. As you provide the temperature, kinetic energy will be more. So what happened? The movement of the particles will become faster and they will start changing their state at a particular temperature, that is 100 degrees Celsius. Now these particles have what this type means, very less force of attraction, or you can say they are free with each other, and this is the state we are going to call it as steam or gaseous state. Okay, students? So at what temperature they have started converting? At 100 degrees Celsius. So this 100 degrees Celsius is called as the boiling point of water. If you want to convert this boiling point temperature, degree Celsius to Kelvin, add 273, this will be 373 Kelvin or 100 degrees Celsius. Right, students? So what energy is required to convert 1 kg of water into gaseous state? So that much of hidden energy, we are going to call it as latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization means at a particular temperature, 100 degrees Celsius, what happened? It has converted into steam and it will maintain a constant temperature for some time. Nothing but it has its own heat energy. So that heat energy we are going to call it as latent heat of vaporization. Hope you are understanding, students? Yes. The next one. Next, students, conversion of gas into liquid. Now, how is the arrangement of particles in case of gaseous state? Free with each other, right? So this one, when, as you know, you can condense, you can compress the gas, right? So when you are reducing the temperature, when you are compressing the gas, you can convert it into water form or the liquid. See, students, you took one container and you made the water to boil. When it reached 100 degrees Celsius, gaseous, it is converting into steam. Very simple one, take one lid and close over that container. What happens? Stop the flame. After few minutes, if you take the lid, reverse like that you have kept, reverse and observe. On that surface, you can observe the water droplets. Means what? When you reduce the temperature, when you try to compress, you can convert it into liquid form. So that will come to the liquid form. Right students? And this is the process called condensation. And this liquid you are going to take. You are going to put it in the freezer. That container will be there in that cube size, cubes formation. In that you are going to take and keep it in the fridge. Means what you have done? You have again decreased the temperature of the water. -5, -10, like that you are taking. So when you are reducing the temperature of the liquid, the particles will come still closer with each other, and that is the form called as the ice or the solid state. And this we are going to call it as solidification. Hope you are understanding, students? Yes. Can we convert solid to gas? Take the example of the camphor. Camphor, solid state. You are providing the heat. What happens? Skipping the liquid, directly it will come to the gaseous state. Right students? Yes, we can convert the solids directly to the gaseous state. Okay, so that one, that steam, if you compress, can you convert it into the solid form? Yes, we can. So here is one more conversion, that we can convert solids to gaseous state, gases to solid. And this is the process called as sublimation. This is called as sublimation. What is sublimation? Conversion of solid to gas also is sublimation. Conversion of gas into solid is also sublimation. Right students? Yes, like that we can change the states of matter. Solid to liquid, liquid to gas, gas to solid, liquid, liquid to solid, solid to gas, gas to liquid by changing the temperature. Like this, can we change the pressure? Yes. Yes. We can change the states of matter not only by temperature, by changing the pressure also. See students, again take the example of the gas. Okay. So gas, it can be compressed. When you apply the pressure on all the directions, or when you apply the pressure, you can compress the gas and you can convert it into liquid form. That is called liquefied. I think you know the example of liquefied petroleum gas. This is the method how they will convert it into liquefied petroleum gas. Means by applying the pressure, we can convert the gas into liquid form, that is called liquefied gas. The best one example like dry ice. What is dry ice students? Nothing but the solid carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide which is in the gaseous state, by applying the pressure, you can convert it into solid form. So that is called as the solid carbon dioxide. Right? So this all you have to keep it in the mind. In the you are changing the pressure, not exactly the 1 atmospheric pressure. You are changing the pressure and doing. When we spoke about the temperature, that time we kept the temperature constant. It may be the latent heat of fusion or vaporization. What we have to observe, you are changing the temperature, but you have kept the pressure constant. That we are writing 1 atmospheric pressure. It's a normal pressure. But in this case, it is not a 1 atmospheric pressure. You are changing the pressure. Either increasing or decreasing, you are changing the states of matter. Hope you are understanding, students? 2-3 examples for sublimation. camphor I said, take down naphthalene balls. You might have seen, no? Yes. Next, dry ice also we can take. Ammonium chloride. So these are all the examples for sublimation process, direct conversion of solid to gas, gas to solid. Right, students? Yes. Here there is one diagram in your textbook for sublimation of ammonium chloride. That picture also I will send, practice that. These definitions also I will send, that all you practice, students. Right? Take down the word. Sorry. First question. What is fusion? Second. What is latent heat of fusion? What is latent heat of fusion? Third. What is latent heat of vaporization? Fourth. What is sublimation? Fifth. Draw a neat labeled diagram of sublimation of ammonium chloride. Sublimation of ammonium chloride. For this, what they have done, students? Here is one china dish. In this, they have taken the ammonium chloride, the crystals they have taken. Okay, so this you have to take one tripod stand. Here you are providing the temperature, and they have taken one. They have taken one beaker which is inverted, and they have closed the mouth of the test tube with a cotton, so that when you provide the heat, this will convert into gaseous state, that which you want to observe, it should not escape out. This diagram, very rough it is, neat diagram I will give you, students, that you have to refer. Right? So this is about matter can change its state. Okay? Next class we will discuss with evaporation.